Hello friends, my name is HADASSAH Treu. I'm an award-winning author, blogger, poet and speaker. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I want to discuss with you what true and lasting success mean and how we can measure our success with the right measure. So how can we have true success in our callings and in our ministries? We need to learn to measure our success by the right criteria, by the right indicators. As a Christian writer and creative, I often struggle with feelings of inadequacy and feelings of failure, especially when I fail to meet certain goals in my own timeline. And I feel unsuccessful in my calling as a writer when this happens. And perhaps you have the same struggle in your various callings and ministries. I often hear from Christian writers, for example, and Christian content creators that they feel discouraged by the low engagement rate, by the number of likes, by the number of followers, and so on. But are these really the right criteria and the right measures to measure our success, especially the success in God's eyes and by godly standards? I've also had my own share of disappointment when I met with closed doors, rejections, a low engagement rate. So how can we measure our success as writers, creatives, and in all other various callings and ministries? This is the topic of today's video. Surely we can't use worldly standards. We need to remember that our ministries and our callings are not defined and not measured by the output and by the numbers. It will be wise to apply God's standards and God's measures to our success. And here, right now, I want to share with you three fundamental, powerful truths that can dispel the lies of discouragement. And let's start with the first truth. The first truth is that success and achievement are not the same. Success doesn't equal achievement, and achievement doesn't equal success. One person may have a lot of achievements by worldly standards, but still not to have true and lasting success in God's eyes. And the other way around, we may not have so many achievements, but in God's eyes we may have true and lasting success. The second truth is that true ministry is rather God-focused than results-oriented. So once again, true ministry is rather God-focused than results-oriented. This means that as long as we follow the Lord whenever He leads and follow Him faithfully, and our focus is on Jesus and glorifying Him, then we are successful. Then we are not dependent on the results. And the third fundamental truth is that true and lasting success is in the process, in the growth of faithfully following the Lord. As long as we follow Him faithfully, we are growing, we are changing, we are maturing, we are progressing, and this is success. But still the question remains how we can measure rightly our success, the success of our callings, our ministries. And it will be wise to use the advice of Stephen Covey, the author of the best-selling book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And this advice says that we can begin, or we should begin, with the end in mind. What does this mean for us and how can we apply it? What is our end aim as Christ followers, as Christian writers, creatives, and servants? So, our end aim, of course, is fulfilling God's purpose and God's will for us in all our seasons and in our generation. This is not necessarily tied to achievements, but this is tied to our primary identity. And what is our primary identity? It is servants of Christ. We are actually Christ's bondservants, as Apostle Paul says in Philippians 1:1. And in eternity, perhaps, we are pillars in God's temple. This is a promise given to the church in Philadelphia in Revelation chapter 3 for obedience and patient endurance. So I want to read this verse for you. The one who is victorious, I will make a pillar in the temple of my God. Never again will they leave it. I will write on them the name of my God and the name of the city of my God, the New Jerusalem, which is coming down out of heaven from my God, and I will also write on them my new name. Wow, this is mind-blowing. Being bondservants of Christ is our primary identity, our only aim, our sole measure, our life's work. This means that our main purpose and mission here on earth doesn't matter what exactly our calling is or our ministry is, to glorify Christ in our bodies. This is also stated in Philippians 1:20. So our lives and our sole measure of success is Christ. Philippians 1:21. But in Philippians chapter 1, Apostle Paul actually clarifies further what a successful life, calling and ministry mean with the following words. And let's read this together. If I am to go on living in the body, this will mean fruitful labor for me. Philippians 1:22. Convinced of this, I know that I will remain and I will continue with you all for your progress and joy in faith. This is verse 25. Whatever happens, conduct yourselves in a manner worthy of the gospel of Christ. This is verse 27. So we can summarize from these verses that as long as our labor is fruitful, and this means as long as we contribute to the joy and growth of faith in fellow believers, and as long as we conduct ourselves in a manner worthy of the gospel of Christ, we are successful. Does this sound like numbers, statistics, or achievements? Definitely not. So take heart and follow the Lord faithfully wherever He leads, in season of anonymity and hiddenness, and also in seasons of promotion. Your faithfulness to your calling, your single-mindedness and undivided heart, and your patient endurance are the true indicators of true and lasting success. You are destined to be a pillar in God's temple. Don't forget this. So do you feel discouraged in your calling or in your ministry, wondering if you are successful? Share in the comments, and if you found this video encouraging and helpful, I would be happy if you share it, comment and like it. Thanks so much for watching and listening, and at the end I want to remind you that I have written a book called Draw Near: How Painful Experiences Become the Birthplace of Blessings. It is a book about painful experiences like discouragement, disappointment, anxiety, loneliness, rejection, and what happened when we choose to draw near to God in these painful experiences. So if you haven't checked it, if you haven't read it, please take a look on Color Press Publishing and on Amazon. I would be really happy if you pick my book and read it. Thanks a lot for watching, friends. Till next time.